Red flag. That means the race is over.
Because I've heard it will be a staggered restart.
What? Levi Kitchen actually wins the main event. And then Max got second, definitely got robbed from the win. So Max Anstie got robbed at Detroit Supercross. And today we're going to talk about it a little bit. We're going to also talk about the 450 class and the classic race that we got between Webb and Roczen. We're doing it solo. The boy Doc is actually out sick. He got something over the weekend and he's just feeling under the weather. He's hoping to be back for our ratings video as well as a predictions video. But let's jump right into this red flag situation. But first, make sure you guys hit that like and sub button. If you guys haven't seen the race yet, the red flag came out with 7 seconds left, and I guess there is a new rule with the red flag. So as you guys know from past seasons and everything that we have seen kind of on the broadcast, they always do like the 90% rule. So for example, if the race was 90% complete, the race was completely over. That's going to be your finishing like position, and then if it wasn't 90% complete, they'll do a stagger restart and finish out the race. Well, I guess that actually changed in 2024, like in 2024. So last year that changed. However, we've been seeing the same ruling on the broadcast every single time for a red flag going back to last year. However, with the new rule, it states that if there is still time on the clock, it's going to be a stagger restart. And if the clock expired, it's going to be, the race is going to be over. However, there is a little side note to that. So say, for example, with what happened at Detroit with the 7 seconds left, there has to be a minimum of 3 laps completed to finish a race. If you guys watched our reaction video, if you guys were in the watch party, we all said, every single one of us was like, oh, the race is over. It's 90% complete. No, we were mind blown. I cannot believe that they stole that win from Max, man. Like, that was his win. He was 8 seconds up. 8 seconds up, 7 seconds away from the final lap, the white flag. And they just, we're going to go do a stagger restart and 3 laps. And obviously Levi got him with, I think the second lap. He almost passed him in the first, like half a lap in the sand section, and then finally got him that next full lap. And obviously we want to wish that Cameron McAdoo is healthy, and it seems like he is just a little banged up. So that aside, we want to see him get better. For the red flag situation, I don't know how you justify 7 seconds. I really don't. But don't get me wrong, the 3 lap battle that we had was awesome to watch as fans. It just kind of seemed unfair to Max in that situation. He definitely took it like a champ on the podium, and I feel like everybody kind of would have been super upset. I would have loved to see what Cooper Webb had to say if that was like in his shoes. Yeah, he would be maybe cussing. Maybe a curse word. I'm just saying. And there's also like some weirdness about the red flag, in my opinion. At Tampa, we had a red flag with 8 minutes left, or 8 minutes and 2 seconds. So the whole scenario played out with like PB crashing at 8 minutes and 45 seconds. The red flag came out at 8 minutes and 2 seconds. And then in that 45 seconds like time period, Levi Kitchen actually passed like 3 or 4 guys. And in that time period, he got all the way up to like 10th/11th. It would technically be 10th because PB crashed and would have backed out. But he had to start 13th. And also, they restarted the race on the red flag at 8 minutes and 2 seconds. So he lost 2 positions and 40 seconds in the race, which is ridiculous, completely unfair. There's also some other scenarios in that as well. So say, for example, RJ, who was a lap down and was actually right there with the leaders, I believe, but he had to go all the way to the back of the pack with a lap down, and now his race was basically over. There's no way that he was going to be able to get all the way through everybody. There was just no way. I believe other cases happened in that race. I'm just giving Levi as an example and RJ as an example, but that just doesn't seem fair to me. In my opinion, the red flag, like if you have a red flag, it should be whatever position you are as soon as a red flag in. There's video references that you can go and see which position everybody was in. If they can go back to a prior lap. Someone mentioned that it's based off transponders, like if they didn't go past the finish line. I just don't see how that's fair, especially if you're losing time on the race and you have to lose positions. That just doesn't seem fair to me. Also, for the 3 lap finish, I get it that it's a fan, like for the fans and TV and stuff like that, and it was awesome to watch, but I felt personally they should have restarted the race with 7 seconds on the clock, and then Max would have went around, got the white flag, and then the race would have been over. Hypothetically, he still could have got passed by Levi 100%, right? Because in that Levi actually passed him technically, say, on that white flag. But I feel like maybe Max makes a different move since he knows it's the final lap, right? Maybe he goes in there a little bit harder or something like that on the Levi pass. I don't know how you would change the rulings because you definitely can't change them this year. So you would have to change them next year. I know I'm rambling on about this, but yeah, let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section. And then the rest of the crew, Tommy V looked pretty good. He got into third past RJ, and then he kind of got stuck behind lappers. He actually caught up to Levi, and then he kind of got stuck with lappers, and RJ was able to make a pass. One guy that kind of surprised the hell out of me that we learned about his broken finger was Nate Thrasher. He shattered his finger, somehow managed to win a heat race and get 5th. He's going in for surgery this week, which is insane. Like, supposedly after during the restart, he couldn't even like move his hand. Like he couldn't move his finger, so he just stayed there and like just rode the rest of the race and finished 5th. Insanity. One guy you didn't really see on the broadcast, Chantimus. I don't remember seeing him too much, obviously in the start and maybe a couple scenarios, but you didn't really see him much. Austin Faulkner, kind of another semi-bad weekend, better placing in the main event. He had to go to the LCQ though, so unfortunate about that. Seth Hammaker, if you guys didn't know, got food poisoning during the day, so that's why his performance was so bad. And then obviously Cameron McAdoo crashed out. Overall, 250 race was pretty damn good. Let's jump over the 450s and let's talk about the amazing battle that we got to witness with Cooper Webb and Ken Roczen. That felt like a 2021 battle between those two. It came down to the last 2 laps with Cooper Webb getting past him, and I really thought maybe Kenny can make a late charge. Like, I know there's only 2 laps left, but I thought maybe he can make a charge like through the whoop section because he was a little bit faster. But Cooper Webb stepped up his game the last 2 laps, man. His whoop speed was on par with Kenny, or if not better. And then he kind of just pulled away a tiny bit. And honestly, I thought Ken Roczen like rode amazing. Like, if that wasn't Cooper Webb behind him, I think he wins that main event. Say, for example, if that was Jason Anderson, if that was Barsha, Stewart, I actually feel like Ken Roczen would have won that main event. But it's Cooper Webb, man. Cooper Webb just figures out ways to win races, dude. It's kind of insane. And that was actually only his first race win of the year, man. And I expect him to win even more, especially if people get bad starts like Chase Sexton. Like, I don't even know how you justify that. Jumped off flinched off the gate, got stuck in the gate, and then crashed on the first lap. It was so frustrating to watch as a fan, because as a fan of Chase, you want him to win, and then when that happens, you're like, fudge, you know what I'm saying? And I see a lot of comments, whether on Twitter, whether on like TikTok or Instagram, saying, nah, that's expected of Chase. Like, he should do that, going from dead last to third. I mean, Tomac did it with a healthy field and all this and all that, right? Like, I disagree. I think it was super impressive, especially on a track that is super short, super tight. Obviously, you can make passes and stuff like that, but you're going through 20 of the best guys in the world, man. And also, the track is rough. It's the worst part of the day for the track, and he's blown by people. And so, in that case, like, that's what it was super impressive. And also, he didn't lose time to the leaders, which was insane to me. Like, when he was in dead last, like, the time when I was watching, it was like 14 to 15 seconds consistently until like the very end, where then it was like 11-12 when Cooper and Roczen were kind of battling, going back and forth, block passing. It was 15 seconds all throughout the entire race. Like, it did not drop. That's so freaking impressive. But man, I think it's going to be so hard to beat Cooper Webb. I think Doc can agree to this, that it's going to be so freaking hard to beat him, because he has the momentum right now. He literally has the momentum, and it's going to be so freaking hard. If there's one guy that can do it, I think Chase could do it. He just needs to figure out not crashing and not jumping off the gate. Because 2 weeks in a row, he would have had a perfect weekend at Tampa. You would have had a perfect weekend at Detroit, in my opinion. Because obviously in Tampa, you definitely would if he didn't crash. Maybe not. Maybe that's far reaching, because Malcolm was coming from the pack. He was catching him a little bit. But definitely Detroit. I think Chase was definitely the fastest guy in the race. He had a 47.9, which was the fastest lap in the entire race, through traffic, mind you. So I think Chase would have gone perfect for sure at Detroit if he got a better start. It's just crazy to see that Cooper Webb just figures out ways to win races. And we got to see a classic with Ken and Coop. It's just so freaking awesome to watch. Yeah, we're missing the top guys, Jet, Hunter, Eli, but we're still getting like amazing racing, right? We're still getting that, and I feel like that's going to linger on throughout the entire season. If we can get a 3-way battle, 4-way battle for the win, for the championship, or races every single time, it's just going to make it better, right? Like, it's just going to be awesome to watch. But one guy that is definitely a letdown for me, Aaron Plessinger, bro, pulled whole shot AP and then faded in 9th. Bro, that sucks so bad. Like, he was riding really, really good and then just faded. I wonder what happened. Like, was it like a bike setup, arm pump? Like, did he just not have the pace? Was he sick a little bit? Like, I wonder how he went from the lead basically all the way until 9th place at the end of the main. Did he have a tip over? Like, maybe we didn't see a tip over and maybe that's what happened. But yeah, that kind of just a little letdown because he was riding so good in the heat race. He was riding good in the main event. And then my favorite moment of the race was the LCQs because we have our sponsor riders in there. That was kind of crazy. We had 3 of them in the top 5 at one point, which was awesome to watch. Kevin Moran's got in. Justin Starling got in. Kevin actually got an 18th, which is his best finish of the season, which is freaking sick. And then Justin got 21st, which is still pretty freaking good in my opinion. So shout out to the boys that were sponsoring. Crazy Detroit. It feels weird doing a solo video. Like, I'm just rambling. I feel like I'm talking so freaking fast right now, but we just got to suffer through this one. Hopefully the rider ratings dog is back so we can get back to our normal, video routine here. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the race in the comment section below. Man, I still feel so bummed for Anstie, man. That was his win. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about it. Be on the lookout for our rider ratings tomorrow. I created a new graphics for it at the end of the video, so hopefully you guys stay tuned for that. I think it looks pretty good. It's similar to like the power rankings from, say, Supercross, but obviously it's just our touch to it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. And then, yeah, let me know about the race. And thank you guys so much for all the love on all these videos. Make sure you guys are staying tuned to the socials. Check out Doc's channel. Check out the TikToks, the Instagram, everything, man. We're going crazy over on all platforms. So make sure you guys tune in for all that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for the love. And we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.